Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Aarti. Am I audible and visible? Okay. Anushka, Shivraj, Hemil. Right. So, before the lunch break had begun with Indian painting, I gave you an overview of Indian painting from ancient to modern times. We have discussed prehistoric painting. Basically, the theme was nature, social and community life, flora, fauna, um, and community life, social life was shown in the paintings. They used natural minerals and plant extracts to derive the colors. And generally, the brushes were made of the fur of animals or the hair of animals. Then, of course, we came to Harappan period paintings, generally seen on pots. Um, they might have painted, Harappans might have painted the walls of their houses, also the floor of their houses, but we have no traces of those paintings, if at all they were made on those surfaces. Then we come to Gupta period paintings. Gupta period paintings have discussed in detail Ajanta paintings, Bagh and Sittanavasal. The theme at Ajanta is entirely Buddhism, the important events connected with the life of the Buddha. Then, of course, Bodhisattvas, Jataka stories, all these were painted. So I would discuss about Ajanta paintings. Then Bagh paintings in Madhya Pradesh. The theme was again Buddhism, but then there was no plaster method used. Directly painted paintings were done on the surface of the walls after giving them a fresh coat of lime paint or lime wash, right? And then we came to Chittanamasal. Chittanamasal in the Pudukkottai district of Tamil Nadu. Basically, the theme is Jain paintings. Jain period paintings are seen there. Jain paintings are seen at Chittanamasal. Then we came to pre-medieval India paintings. Pre-medieval India paintings, what we notice is transition from wall paintings to miniature paintings. Just a minute. So transition from wall to miniature paintings are seen in pre-medieval period. Three reasons are cited for that. One is, of course, the weakening of Buddhism. Buddhists were the ones who used to make the wall paintings, do the paintings on the walls, the Buddhist monks. But during early medieval period Buddhism lost its patronage. It became very weak. So we have transitioned from wall paintings to miniature paintings. Another reason is the political instability of the period. And thirdly, of course, we have emphasis given on sculpture. Sculpture was given more importance than painting. So because of these three reasons, we have the transition towards miniature paintings. And I have given you some points regarding miniature paintings. Examples of miniature paintings are Pala period paintings, Jain miniature paintings or Apabhramsha. Mughal period paintings are again examples of miniature paintings. Then Rajput paintings, which are divided to Rajasthani and Pahadi, they are again examples of miniature paintings. Court paintings, then Ragmala paintings, they're all examples of miniature paintings. So here we'll continue from here onwards, right? So here we see miniature paintings first developing in Rajasthan. It developed particularly in Rajasthan. Initial paintings were done on palm leaves or what is called Tadapatra. So initial paintings were done on Tadapatra, palm leaves. And then from the 13th, 14th century onwards, when the Turks introduced paper, paintings began to be made on paper. So the surface on which paintings were done initially were palm leaves because of the absence of paper. And once paper was introduced into India, see, paper is a Chinese invention. Paper was invented by the Chinese. And it was introduced into India around the 13th, 14th century by the Turks. So from the 14th century onwards, we have the usage of paper. Mughal period paintings, Pala period paintings, Rajput paintings, they're all examples of miniature paintings. I've told you, Rajput, Pahadi, etc. So Ragmala, Company School, they're all examples of miniature paintings. So what are the three themes? I'll come back here. We come to medieval period. In medieval period, as I pointed out earlier, basically paintings were made on three themes. Understand this? Paintings were made on three themes. One is Naika Bheda. Understand this. One is Naika Bheda. What is this Naika Bheda? Now look here. What is Naika Bheda? All of you are able to hear me. Am I loud and clear and visible also? Okay. Now look here. Now what is Naika Bheda? Naika Bheda paintings. Now we have the meeting of couples. So a boy and a girl meet for the first time, and they develop a liking for each other. They fall in love with each other. So that is shown in the form of painting. Okay, so meeting of lovers. Understand this? Meeting of lovers. Meeting of lovers. So here, lovers here could be Nayaka, Nayaka, and Naika. That is the boy and the girl. Nayaka is the boy, Naika is the girl. Right? Then, so this is meeting of lovers. Then second phase of their love story. Understand this? You know, second phase of their love story is there is friction in the relationship. There is friction in the relationship. Friction in the relationship. So many of you might have experienced it, right? In your growing age or in your teenage. So you're in love with the opposite sex, and for some reason the girl stops talking to the boy, or the boy begins to dislike the girl. He has developed interest in some other girl, probably, or in some other sports. So here there's friction in the relationship, tension between lovers, friction or tension. Okay, so that is shown in the form of painting. So the boy is trying to talk to the girl, woo the girl, and the girl is looking somewhere else, right? And she's not interested in talking to the boy. And she's angry with him for some reason, because probably he has spoken to some other girl or showing interest, and one of her friends came and told that your boyfriend is looking at somebody or is two timing, etc. So there's friction. And lastly, there is parting of couples. Parting. So that is okay. So the girl has dumped the boy has also equally dumped the girl, etc. Parting of couples. Did you get me? So this is what is shown in the form of painting. Okay, meeting of lovers, friction in the relationship, and parting of couples. That's called Naika Bheda. Hello, are you there with me? So Sayaji ne break up kar liya. As you see that song, famous song, a long time back, there was one song of Sayaji ne break up kar liya and all that. Parting of couples. That is shown in the form of painting. Right? Then number two. Hello, are you there with me? Hemlata, second point, friction in the relationship. Hemlata, friction. Differences. Friction in the relationship. That is, the boy has lost interest in the girl, or the girl is angry with the boy for some reason. She's no more interested in continuing the relationship. That one. And third is parting of couples. So this is called Nayaka Bheda. Right? Then we have second type of painting. So here sometimes what happened is, in the painting you have either a lover or a beloved, that is Naika shown, or sometimes it is shown in the form of Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna love is shown. Radha and Krishna love. Okay, Radha Krishna love is shown. And for some reason, again, Radha is angry with Krishna. So he's trying to woo Radha because Radha is angry with him. So that could also be shown in the form of painting. Then second theme on which painting is Nayaka Veda, then Ragamala, Baramasa, Baramasa. Second theme on which painting were done, Baramas, that is 12 seasons. Or rather 12 months in a year, not 12 seasons. We don't have 12 seasons, 12 months in a year. 12 months. Baramasa, basically, the mood of the female subject is shown in the form of painting. Or rather, different seasons are shown in the form of painting. For example, let's say you have the Varsha Rutu. Okay, so there's a painting here. Understand this? There's a painting. Let's say this is a room. This is a room, and then this is the window. This is the window. And the boy and the girl are sitting here. Understand this? Boy, this is the boy sitting here, and this is the girl, right? And this is the girl. So boy and the girl are sitting. They are lovers. They're sitting and talking with each other. And through the window, in the background, you have a window, and through the window, you see dark clouds. You see dark clouds that are shown in the form of painting. Dark clouds, and then it is raining heavily. Raining heavily. So here, what is shown here? The season is shown. Varsha Rutu. This shows it is Varsha Rutu. Varsha Ritu. That is rainy season. Rainy season. So this is shown in the form of painting. Similarly, your spring season. Let's say spring season. Sharad Rutu. Again, the boy and the girl are sitting and talking in a room, and there's a window behind them. And through the window, you see beautiful, sunrise, or a beautiful day. Birds are flying in the horizon on the mountains. The grass is green. There are flowers on the trees, etc. So, what does it show? That it is spring season. So, you have Baramasa. Various seasons are shown in the form of painting. The third is Ragamala. Did you get me here, all of you? I'll show you the pictures. I put pictures in the PPTs only to carry the message to the students. So Nayaka Veda, Baramasa, Ragamala. So Ragamala is various musical modes. Various musical modes are shown in the form of painting. Various musical modes are shown in the form of painting. Generally, it is a series of 36 modes, 36 paintings. A series of 36 paintings were shown in the form of paintings. That is called Ragamala. So these are the three themes in which we find paintings in medieval India. Can you raise your hands? Do you understand? So on your screen, you can see here. Just hold on. If you can raise your hand, I'll be very grateful. I can move on. So Nayaka Veda, female subject of painting is classified, meeting of couples, then their separation, deceiving. Am I audible and visible? Okay. Hemalata, Madhuri, Shilpa. Okay. So meeting of couples, their separation, deceiving. Okay. Benjita, Ganesh. Okay. Thank you. So that is Nayaka Veda. Then Baramasa. What is Baramasa? 12 months of the year. Condition of the female subject in the different months of the year. That is shown in the form of painting. Then Ragamala. Indian musical modes or ragas are shown in the form of painting. Various ragas are shown in the form of paintings. Generally, it is a theme of 36 paintings. You see here Nayaka Bheda. You see here on your screen. So you have two lovers. They're sitting and chatting away, and they're getting cozy, as you can see in the painting, right? And you can see in the background the trees, grass, sky, etc. So this is painting, Nayaka Bheda. Then here another painting. You can see here parting of couples. You can see here on the left of your screen, the boy is trying to tell the girl. He's trying to convince her, look, what did I do? Why are you not talking to me? And the girl is not bothered. In the next scene, you can see the girl is looking somewhere else, and the boy is also going away on his horse. Did you understand? Hello. Look at the funny part of it, the humorous part of it. Okay, so here the girl is looking somewhere else, and the boy is also going away on his horse, and is not bothered. Right? Parting of couples. Breakup ho gaya. Breakup ho gaya. Right? Right? So this is in the form of painting. Then Baramasa. On your screen, you can see Baramasa. So two lovers, they are sitting and chatting. They're standing and chatting in a room. And in the background, you have the Varsha Rutu. See, Baramasa, month of Bhado, Varsha. So thick clouds, dark clouds, raining heavily. Right? You can see that. Then month of Kartik, Sharad Rutu, or autumn season. You can see lovers sitting and talking. And in the background, you can see beautiful weather. Right? Then this is Ragamala. Ragamala, various musical modes are shown in the form of painting. For example, this couple is dancing. Here, it could be Radha and Krishna dancing, and then one girl is playing the mridangam. Or here, the girl is worshipping Lord Shiva, the Shiva Linga. So this is shown in the form of painting. So these are the three themes on which paintings were done. Naika Beda, Baramasa, Ragamala in medieval India. Right? Did you get me that? Now, let us men, not men, divine beings, Hemalata, divine beings like Krishna or Vishnu, they are all shown in the form of blue. They are shown in blue color. Right? Then we have Pala period painting. Again, factual information. So basically, Palas were the patrons of Vajrayana form of Buddhism, the form of Buddhism. Vajrayana form of Buddhism. They patronized the Vajrayana form. As we have done Pala period when we did Buddhism. So they patronize Vajrayana Buddhism. That is the Buddhism which believes in Tantra, Mantra, etc. They ruled between the 9th century and the 12th century AD over Eastern India, the Palas of Bengal. We have great Pala kings like Dharmapala, Devapala, etc. They built a number of Buddhist universities like Vikramashila, Udandapura, Jaggadala, Somapura, Paharpur, etc. So here, Palas, some prominent artists of the Pala period were Dhimman and Vitapala. So painting was done on palm leaves, Tadapatra. Theme was Buddha and Vajrayana Buddhism. In nature, only banana and coconut trees are shown. So these are some of the points of the Pala school of painting. You can see some of the paintings here. I have put it. This is again an example of miniature painting. So Pala period, again, it's an example of miniature painting. So theme is entirely Buddhism in Pala period paintings, Vajrayana Buddhism. So entirely Buddhism. Then Jain miniature painting. Jain miniature painting is also called Apabhramsha school. Another word for Apabhramsha is Ganges. Apabhramsha refers to Ganges. So this is the Jain school of art or Jain miniature painting is called Apabhramsha school. Flourished between the 12th and the 15th century AD. So they painted on palm leaf and later on paper. So you can call them as murals of Ajanta in reduced dimensions. They can be called as the paintings of Ajanta in reduced dimensions. So what are the books illustrated? Kalpa Sutra of Bhadrabahu. So Bhadrabahu wrote Kalpa Sutra for the Digambaras in Prakrit language. So Kalpa Sutra was illustrated. Kalakacharya Katha was also illustrated. These are the books which were illustrated. I have explained to you what is book illustration. Clear? So this is all factual information. Go through it. Understand the main points. Don't try to read everything. Do read everything, but then try to remember only the gist of the topic. The main points. Every line is not important. Then Apabhramsha, I've given you the features: bulging fish-shaped eyes, pointed nose, double chin. Like obese people, fat people, obese people have double chin. A chin, two chins are seen. So pointed nose, predominant chest, distorted hands. Female figures have large hips and breasts. So these are some of the features of Apabhramsha school. That is Jain miniature painting. Jain miniature painting is called Apabhramsha school. So these are some of the paintings of Abhabramsha school. I put it here. Do a double chin. So you can see Tirthankaras sitting here on top. Tirthankaras are sitting there. So these are all examples of Abhabramsha school. Then we come to medieval paintings. Medieval paintings like Rajput paintings are divided into Rajasthani and Pahari. Rajasthani and Pahari's paintings, Pahari. Then Central India paintings, Mughal paintings, South Indian paintings. So just take a small note here, all of you, just take a small note. Hello, all of you, are there with me? Take a small, open a page and take down a small note. Your heading should be Rajput paintings. Rajput paintings. Rajput paintings. That should be a heading. Rajput paintings can be divided into two groups. Rajput paintings can be divided into two groups, Rajasthani and Pahari. Rajasthani and Pahari. So then you write Rajasthani group. Rajasthani group. Also known as AK, also known as Jaipuri Kalam. Also known as Jaipuri Kalam. Also known as Jaipuri Kalam. Flourished in the states of Rajasthan and Bundelkhand. Flourished in the states of Rajasthan or existed in the states of Rajasthan and Bundelkhand. What are the main centers? Main centers were the Rajput courts of Jaipur, Rajput courts of Jaipur, Bikaner, and Udaipur. Rajput courts of Jaipur, Bikaner, Udaipur. Okay, then Pahari. Pahari. I am not the concerned person to answer that question, Yarra. So I'll not be able to answer that question. Please mail Target IAS, they'll let you know. Okay, Pahari group, also known as Mountain Kalam. Also known as Pahari. Also known as Mountain Kalam. Pahari means mountain. Also known as Mountain Kalam. Okay. So Pahari Kalam. Good afternoon, Sangeeta, Shivaganga. Why are you joining so late? Okay. So developed around Pahari group, developed around Shivalik Hills. Take down Shivalik Hills. Kalam, Palam, not Palam, Baba. Kalam, Qalam. Kalam. Kalam means literally brush. Kalam literally means brush. Okay, right. So developed around Shivalik Hills. Open a bracket, running through Poonch, Jammu, Basoli, Nurpur, Kangra, Haripur, Guler, and close the bracket, and mid Himalayan areas, mid Himalayan areas, open a bracket, Ramnagar, Bhadarwa, Chamba Kulu, and Tehri Garhwal, Main centers, courts of the Rajas of Basoli, Jammu, Nurpur, Kangra, and Chamba. Main centers, courts of the Rajas of Basoli, Jammu, Nurpur, Nurpur, Kangra, and Chamba. Next paragraph. Are you there with me, all of you? Next paragraph. The Sikh school of painting, Sikh school of painting, which flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh. The Sikh school of painting, which flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Maharaja Ranjit Singh, 1803 to 1839. Is also an offshoot of the Pahari school. Is an offshoot of the Pahari school. Is an offshoot of the Pahari school. Clear? Now, before we proceed, understand this. So, Rajput paintings are divided into Rajasthani and Pahari. You're clear about that. I have given you the details about this. Now, later, when we come to Mughal school of painting, understand this. When we come to Mughal period paintings, we have Aurangzeb. From Babur to Aurangzeb, we study about Mughal paintings. Now, Aurangzeb, when he became the emperor, he dismissed all the painters who were in the Mughal court. From the time of Humayun, we have patronage given to paintings and painters by the Mughal emperors. starting from Humayun onwards. Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, they all patronized the Mughal school of painting, gave a lot of stipends, money, rewards to the painters. But Aurangzeb was of a different type of a person. He was a different kind of a person. He dismissed all the painters because he considered it as un-Islamic. Painting is un-Islamic, so he dismissed all the painters. Now, for the sake of their livelihood, they have to maintain themselves and their families, isn't it? So many of the painters who were trained in the Mughal school of painting either went away to Rajasthan or they went away to the Pahadi areas. In Rajasthan, as you see, there were a number of kingdoms: Bikaner, Jaipur, Jodhpur, Marwar, etc. So they sought employment under these Rajput kings, these Mughal school painters trained in the Mughal school of painting, influencing the later styles there. So later Rajasthani paintings have slightly Mughal influence. Similarly, some of these painters, instead of going to Rajasthan, they went to the Pahadi areas. In the lower hills of the Himalayas, you have small Rajput kingdoms. These are the Pahadi kingdoms. They sought employment under these Pahadi Rajput kings. So later, some of the later Pahadi schools have influence of Mughal school of painting on them. So please remember that. Are you there with me, all of you? Are you clear? So later, Rajasthani and Pahadi schools have, in the later stages, some of them have Mughal influence because Aurangzeb dismissed all these painters and they went and joined those courts, and since they were trained in the Mughal school of painting, they influenced the local styles there. Okay, so that one you remember. So we'll come back here. So let us make a quick survey of this. You can see here on your screen, Rajasthani paintings. See, one more thing, remember the themes. The themes are common. The theme is Naika Bheda. Themes in Rajasthani painting and Pahadi painting is same. That is Naika Bheda, that is Nayaka and Nayaka shown, Naika, or Radha Krishna shown, in the form of hero and heroine. So either lover or beloved, or Radha and Krishna shown. So Naika Bheda, then Bara Masa, the various seasons are shown, and Ragamala painting. This is the common theme in Rajasthani paintings as well as Pahadi paintings. So it began in the 16th century. Rajasthani paintings flourished in the Rajput courts of Udaipur, Chittor, Mewar, Chavanda, Bikaner, Jaipur, Jodhpur, Bundi, etc. So here it reflected the ideas and ideologies, tastes and emotions of Rajput princes. So Rajputs, they loved to go to war. So always they were busy fighting, or they were busy hunting. So you have equestrian sports, that is horse riding, and various associated horse equestrian sports like tent pegging, right? Tent pegging, then such things. Everything related to equestrian sports, horse-related sports. So those are shown in the form of painting, or shikar processions. They're going on a shikar or a hunting, or battle scenes. So it reflects the tastes and manners, ideas and ideologies of these Rajput kings, or also their bravery, chivalry is shown in the form of paintings. For example, Rana Pratap fighting against Man Singh in the Battle of Haldigati, that is shown in the form of painting. So the bravery of the Rajputs are depicted, and also some of the paintings depict the tough and rough conditions of Rajasthan. They came from a very hostile environment, desert area. So they are shown that is reflected in their paintings. They're shown as hardy, tough men. So inspired by the Bhakti movement. Of course, Bhakti movement also influenced this part of the country. Worship of Krishna along with his consort Radha. So Bhagavatism is also the popular theme. As I told you, Nayaka Bheda, either shown in the form of lover and beloved, or Krishna and Radha love story. So themes: Hindu traditions, mythology, Sanskrit and folk literature, courtly and feudal pride, as seen in the scenes of battles, riding, hunting, love story between Radha and Krishna, Nayakas and Nayikas, hunting scenes. Little emphasis is on human figures. Are you there with me? These are the themes in Rajasthani paintings. Human traditions, mythology, that is Ramayana, Mahabharata stories, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, various Puranas, Sanskrit and folk literature, then courtly and feudal pride in battles, scenes of battles, hunting, riding, etc. Radha Krishna love story. So then again, different colors. Red denotes fury, anger. Yellow, marvel. Brown color, eroticism. Right? Then some paintings are from Vaishnava sect. That is various themes associated with the life of Krishna and his gopis, Jayadeva's Gita Govinda. Sometimes Jain cult is also shown. Initially, paintings were done on palm leaves, tadapatra, and later paper. So Krishna is shown in blue. Humans are in brown or fair. Humans are brown or fair. Krishna is in blue. Women have long hair. So I've given you the features of Indian miniature paintings. The same thing was followed. So some of the early Rajasthani paintings illustrate the following books: Gita Govinda, Bhagavata Purana, Gita Govinda, Chaura Panchashika. So are you there with me, all of you? So these are some of the early books which were illustrated. That is stories, paintings were shown in the form of stories. Bhagavata Purana related with Vishnu, Gita Govinda related with Krishna, Chaura Panchashika composed by Bilhana, Chaura Panchashika written by Bilhana, Rasika Priya, composed by Keshava Das of Orcha. So he was the court poet of Orcha in 1591. And the Baramasas. Okay, now you can see here, these are the various Rajput kingdoms: Mewar, Kishangarh, Jodhpur, Marwar, Ragmala paintings, Bundi, Kota, Bikaner, etc. You see here, this is an example of Rasika Priya. See, Rasika means what? Rasika is a romantic fellow. Rasika Priya. So this is Rasika Priya, somebody who loves romance, written by Keshavadasa. He's the author of Keshavadasa. He's the one who, he's a person who wrote Rasika Priya, Keshavadasa, court poet of Orcha in 1591. He was the court poet in the kingdom of Orcha. Now you can see here, this is a painting wherein Rasika Priya is depicted. That is, you have lover. So this is the boy and this is the girl. They are talking with each other and she is fanning the girl, and in the next part of the painting, he has taken her to bed. No, he has taken her to the bed for romance. So this is Rasika Priya painting. Interesting. Right. Similarly, we have Chaura Panchashika written by Bilhana. So you remember we have done Chalukyas of Kalyana. So there was one of the South Indian kingdoms, Chalukyas of Kalyana. The greatest of the Chalukya kings of Kalyana was Vikramaditya VI. And Vikramaditya VI had a Kashmiri Pandit in his court. His name was Bilhana. So he was from Kashmir, and Bilhana wrote Chaura Panchashika, Vikramanka Deva Charita. So praising King Vikramaditya VI of the Kalyana Chalukyas. So Chaura Panchashika is a love story written by Bilhana, right? Here you see Bilhana. Are you there with me, all of you? So this is Bilhana. It is written in Sanskrit. You can see this is Bilhan. He has come to give tuition to one girl. She is the princess of a kingdom. Her name is Champavati. So Champavati is getting tuitions from Bilhana, and she falls in love with her teacher. In fact, the teacher also falls in love with Champavati. And Champavati, the princess, tells her father she doesn't want to marry anybody else but her tuition teacher, Bilhana. Ultimately, the father of the girl gets them married. This is the theme of Chaura Panchashika. Are you there with me? Can you raise your hands? So this is shown in the form of painting here. Hello? Is there? Okay, fine. Clear? Okay, great. So Bilhana and Champavati, Chaura Panchashika, written by Bilhana. So that is shown in the form of painting. Then I have discussed each of the Rajput courts where paintings took place. They are all examples of Rajasthani paintings. For example, Mewar style. Mewar, the capital was Chittor, as you know. Chittor was the capital of Mewar. So, and Mewar and the Mughals were enemies. The Sisodias of Mewar, they were the ones who ruled the Mewar kingdom, Sisodias of Mewar. So therefore, this was a conservative style of painting. This was a conservative style. They did not want the dominance of Mughal paintings. They avoided the dominance of the Mughals. So not only on the battlefield, but they did not want any Mughal influence in their paintings also. Right? Earliest example of Mewar style, Chavan Ragamala. Right? What are the theme basically in Mewar paintings? Radha Krishna theme. Radha Krishna love. So famous painters of Mewar style, Sahibdin and Manohar. So these things you remember, main things you remember. Don't try to remember everything. This is Mewar style, Sahibdin and Manohar. You can see Krishna and Radha in a bower. This is a painting by Sahibdin. So, hello, are you there with me, all of you? You can see here Krishna and Radha are making love. And there is a friend of Radha who is keeping guard here so that nobody comes and disturbs them. So she is keeping guard, and Krishna and Radha are in a bower. Clear? Interesting. So Radha and Krishna in a bower, Sahibdin. Then Kishangarh style. So our fellows were pretty romantic fellows. You can see the painters. So it's their imagination. It's a painter's imagination. Krishna and Radha might never have done anything like this, but it's the imagination of Sahibdin. Right? Interesting. Then we come to Kishangarh style. Understand this? UPSC had asked a question. Bani Thani Kishangarh style is also called Bani Thani style. So which style of painting is also called Bani Thani style? That's what UPSC had asked. So let me explain to you. So you see, there was a Rajput kingdom called Kishangarh. And who was the king of this Rajput kingdom called Kishangarh? His name was Raja Samanta Singh. So Raja Samanta Singh, he was the king of Kishangarh. So he was the king of Kishangarh. Raja Samanta Singh of Kishangarh was a married man. But then he fell in love with his court dancer. Her name was Bani Thani. So Raja Samant Singh's court dancer was Bani Thani. So he fell in love with her. She also fell in love with him. And so he made her his mistress. Court dancer Bani Thani became his mistress. What is the meaning of mistress? That is a concubine. He did not marry her, but he had a relationship with her. So she became his mistress. And what the story goes is, Raja Samant Singh was so much in love with his mistress Bani Thani that he gave up his kingdom. He abdicated his kingdom, and they came away, both of them came away to Vrindavan. They come away to Vrindavan, and for the rest of their life, they lived their life in Vrindavan. So, Kishangarh style of painting is also called Bani Thani. Did you understand? Have you taken down that? So please write down. Kishangarh style of painting is also called Bani Thani. Bani Thani was the mistress of Raja Samant Singh of Kishangarh. So he abdicated his kingdom, abdicated his throne, and along with his mistress Bani Thani, they went away to Vrindavan, where they lived the rest of their life happily. Hello, are you there with me? So this school best known for Bani Thani. It's called Bani Thani paintings. Who was the famous artist of this school? Nihal Chand. Nihal Chand was the famous artist of this school of painting. You can see the paintings here, Bani Thani. So this is side profile of Bani Thani. Pretty girl, Bani Thani. And Raja Samant Singh fell in love with her. Clear? Hello? So this is shown in the form of paintings here. Bani Thani. Okay. Then Jodhpur style of paintings. Basically, what are the themes? Jodhpur, another Rajput kingdom, seat of Marwar, Jodhpur. Equestrian portraits, that is horse portraits, horse. Boldness and expression, large human figures. Scenes depict Krishna Leela, Baramasa, Nayaka Veda. The themes are the common themes, as I told you. 3 common themes. Abundant desert scenes are there in Jodhpur. So these are Jodhpur paintings. As you can see here, a lot of desert scenes are shown in Jodhpur paintings. Then Marwar painting, Rathos of Marwar ruled Marudesh, that is barren land. Most of the paintings are found here. Jodhpur Fort, Phul Mahal, Takht Vilas, etc. Some of the paintings are also found on the walls of these places. So don't worry about it. Everything is not important. These are examples of Jodhpur paintings. Paintings have white background. Okay, so my paintings have a white background. You can look at, I put some pictures also. Then Ragmala paintings, very unique to India. Ragmala paintings, garland of music. Ragmala means garland of musical modes, usually in a series of 36 scenes. Depicts ragas and raginis in their emotive setting. So emotions, various emotions are shown in the form of paintings. Ragamala paintings. Okay, Ragmala paintings. So this you can see here Ragamala. These are all musical. Music is shown in the form of paintings. So here a couple is sitting and listening to this person playing music. Here maybe Radha is playing the Tanpura and two deers have approached her. These are examples of Ragmala paintings. Right? Then Bundi style, another Rajput kingdom, reign of Rao Ratan Singh, Rao Chatarsal, Bhau Singh. Emphasis was on court scenes, common themes, Nayaka Veda, Baramasa, all those things. Bundi style. Then Kota style. Then, Kota style. Then Bikaner style, main artist Ram Lal, Ali Raza, etc. Then Amer or Jaipur style of music, Jaipur style, Alwar style. So I've given you all the information. Just go through it. Everything is not important. Just remember the main themes. Then Pahari style. That is the in the Himalayan valley, you have small Hindu kingdoms ruled by Rajputs. These are the Pahari areas, and they were all ruled by hereditary Rajput families like Basoli, Kangra, Gulair, Chamba, etc. So Basoli, Gulair, Kangra, Garhwal, Jammu. These are all examples of Pahari style of painting. So first of all, Basoli style. So this is the first phase of Pahari style under the patronage of King Kripal Pal. So here, very interestingly, beetle wings were used to make the painting shine. This is what I wanted to remember. Everything is not important. Remember the main things. This one, beetle wings. You see? So beetle wings, the wings of a beetle were cut off, and that was attached to the painting. So the painting shine. So beetle wings were used to make the painting shine. This is Basoli style. So who was the famous painter? Devidas painted Rasmanjari, Manku. Devidas and Manku. Basoli style. First phase of Pahari school. Second phase is Gulair. So mixture of Mughal and Basoli style. Work of a single family headed by Pandit Sen. So you have Pandit Sen and his sons Nainsuk and Manaku. So these are the important painters of the Gulair style. Pandit Sen and his sons Nainsuk and Manaku. So for example, here you can see painting by Nainsuk. King Dasharatha approaching the sulking Kaikeyi's chamber. So you have the story of Dasharath and Kaikeyi. You remember she had helped him in their younger age. When they were early married, Kaikeyi had helped Dasharatha. She had saved him in a hunting expedition. So then he told her that you ask me whatever you want, I'll give you. So she said, when the time comes, I will remember this, I will ask you, and you have to give me whatever you want. And ultimately, Kaikeyi asked that her son Bharata be made the king and Rama be sent to the forest for 14 years, Vanavas. That's the story of Ramayana, as you know. So this is shown in the form of painting, where Dasharatha is approaching the sulking Kaikeyi. Did you understand? Hello, all of you. Can you remember? Do you remember? This is the story of Ramayana, as you know. That is shown in the form of painting here. This is an example of Gulair style, Pahadi painting. Yeah. Then Kangra style, third phase of Pahari painting seen in Kangra. Right? Krishna, Radha love, natural scenes. These are all painted. Kangra, Garhwal style. Garhwal. Okay, so I have put some pictures here. This is from the newspapers I have collected from Indian Express. So this painting had come in the Indian Express, Pahari painting from the Kedara Kalpa manuscript from Rajasthan, right? So you can see sadhakas praying to Shiva in a golden temple. So this is a golden temple, I believe. They're all praying to Shiva in a golden temple. And some people are taking a bath here in the river. Some people are sleeping on the temple premises. Some people are under the tree discussing. They're all shown here. In paintings of Central India, are seen in these places. Bundelkhand, Malwa, Gwalior. So features are here. Developed by Raja Veer Singh, a contemporary of Jahangir, Bundeli style, Bundelkhand. Themes are again same: Ragamala, Rai Kabeda, Baramasa, Bundeli style, Malwa style related to Jainism, Kalpasutra, Niyamatnama scriptures were illustrated. Then Gwalior style, developed under the patronage of the Tanwar dynasty. So all these things are there. Go through it. South Indian paintings, Pallava period paintings, Pandya period paintings, Vijayanagara school, Chola period paintings, Kerala paintings. They are all examples of South Indian paintings. Again, they are miniature paintings. So you can see here, Chola paintings are seen in the Brihadeshwara temple, Tanjavur. Lord Shiva dancing with two Apsaras, large image of Nataraja, Rajaraja with his family, Gangaikonda Choleshwara temple. Then Pallava period paintings are found in all these temples. Kailashanatha temple at Kanchipuram, Talagishwara temple, Pannamalai, Vishnu temple at Malayadipati, and Annamalai caves. And Pandya paintings are found in the Jain rock cut temple of Sittanavasal and Tirumalaipuram. So these are the various Tamil dynasties, Pallavas, Cholas, Pandyas. They're all generally found on the walls of temples built by the respective dynasties. For example, here on the walls of the Brihadeshwara temple, we have Chola period paintings. You can see Chola period paintings. This is Rajaraja with his teacher Kuruvar Tevar. So this is Rajaraja for you. This is Rajaraja and his teacher Kuruvar Tevar. Kuruvar Tevar, Rajaraja. This is on the walls of the Brihadeshwara temple. Then Vijayanagar paintings are found in these places: Hampe, Anegundi, Lepakshi. Lepakshi is called the Ajanta of Shaivism. Lepakshi in Anantapur district of Andhra. So Lepakshi is in the Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh. Lepakshi. So you have the fourth dynasty of Vijayanagara, the Aravidu dynasty, which ruled this area. So that is the time when a number of temples were built by the Aravidu kings. So here, Lepakshi is an important Shaivite center. It's called Ajanta of Shaivism. Other places where we find Vijayanagar paintings, I've given you here: Hampe, Vittala Swami and Virupaksha temple; Kanchipuram, you have Kamakshi and Varadaraja temple, etc. Vellur, Jalakanteshwara temple; Lepakshi, Veerabhadra temple, etc. These are all Vijayanagar paintings, right? Then here again, Sage Vidyaranya taken in a procession in the Virupaksha temple at Hampe. This is a painting of Sage Vidyaranya taken in a procession, one of the temple walls of the Virupaksha temple at Hampe. This is Kirata Arjunia painting in the Lepakshi temple, Andhra Pradesh. I think I have told you the story of Kirata Arjunia, isn't it? Remember Kirata Arjunia story I have told you when I did ancient India. Okay, so this is Arjuna and Shiva. Shiva, who had taken the form of a hunter, fighting for a boar. The boar is killed, but then they have to decide whose arrow was responsible for the killing of the boar. So this is in one of the paintings in the Lepakshi temple, Andhra Pradesh. In Kerala period paintings, they are a mixture of Kathakali and Kalai Mazuttu. So Kalai Mazuttu is a combination of 5 colors. So 5 colors are combined to make paintings on the floor. 5 colors used to make painting on the floor or floor paintings. So Kerala paintings are a mixture of Kathakali and Kalai Mazuttu. Mostly they are found on the walls of temples. For example, the temples of Padmanabhapuram Palace, Pundarikapuram Krishna Temple, Triprayar Sri Rama Temple. So on the walls of these temples, we find Kerala paintings. You see here painting inside the Padmanabha Swami Temple, Kerala. In Thiruvananthapuram or Trivandrum, we have the Padmanabha Swami Temple. You see Lakshmi, you have Vishnu who is sleeping, who is lying down, and 2 of his wives are giving him a foot massage and a hand massage. See, this is Lakshmi here. Lakshmi is sitting here giving him a foot massage, and another wife of his, possibly Padmavati, is giving him a hand massage. So painting inside Padmanabha Swami Temple, Kerala. Are you there with me? Do you see the lighter side of it? Okay, the fun side of it, right? Then the Pundarekapuram temple, Kerala temple. So this is an example. Then paintings. Deccan paintings are found in Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda. You have the Bahmani sultans who were ruling this area. And later Aurangzeb conquered these areas. He conquered Bijapur, he conquered Golconda. As a result, the painters who were trained in the Deccani school of painting they ran away in search of employment to these places, to Hyderabad, Aurangabad, Pune, Kadapa, Kurnool, Solapur. They went away to these areas, influencing the local styles there. Deccan period paintings. Then Mughal paintings. Mughal paintings, we start from Babur and then go on till Aurangzeb. So this is important. Mughal paintings, apart from Gupta period paintings, Ajanta paintings, Mughal paintings is important. So it was basically the court art developed by the Mughal rulers, contemporary to Iranian, aristocratic and secular. So we'll come back here. Babur. So we will make a survey of all these Mughal kings. Babur to Akbar. Babur to Aurangzeb rather. So Babur, as you all know, he was busy fighting wars. In 4 years, he fought 4 wars. First Battle of Panipat, Battle of Kanwa, Battle of Chanderi, Battle of Ghagra. So busy fighting wars. So he did not have much time towards fine arts, painting, music, etc. But then he, in his autobiography, mentions about a painter called Bizad and also Shah Muzaffar. So he mentions about two painters, Bizad and Shah Muzaffar, Babur. So you can see again, Mughal painting is an example of miniature painting. So Mughal painting is again an example of miniature painting, right? Babur. Then we come to, so you can see here paintings. Babur is sitting here. This is the Mughal royal court. So all the courtiers are sitting below, and Then Humayun. So Humayun, as you all know, was thrown out of India by Sher Shah. So he went away to Persia, and there he met two painters. That is Khwaja Abdul Samad, Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. Khwaja Abdul Samad and Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. And Humayun was very much impressed with these painters. So he told them, if destiny wills it and I am able to reconquer Delhi, re-establish the Mughal Empire, then you come to my court. And then I'll make you my court painters. And 15 years later, after destiny had put Humayun back on the throne of Delhi, these two painters came and sought employment. And immediately, Humayun appointed them as his court painters. He appointed them as his court painters and ordered them to paint the story of the Iranian folk hero, Amir Hamza. So in ancient Iran, there was a folk hero. His name was Amir Hamza. Amir Hamza. So they began to paint the stories of Amir Hamza. That's called Dastan Amir Hamza. But unfortunately, Humayun died very soon. He died in an accident while coming down the steps of his library. We all know that. He was succeeded by his son Akbar. Akbar succeeded his father, Humayun. So Akbar continued to employ these two painters. And then this Dastani Amir Hamza, which consists of 1400 manuscripts, it consists of totally 1400 paintings. It was completed during the time of Akbar by these two painters. So it began under Humayun and completed under Akbar, the Dastani Amir Hamza. Dastani Amir Hamza. Now look here. You need, we will discuss about Mughal period paintings. Mughal paintings, basically these three emperors are very, very important. Paintings under Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan. Remember the developments of paintings under these three emperors. Humayun, we know he employed these two painters, Khwaja Abdul Samad, Mir Saidari Tabrezi, and then he died. And then you have Akbar, then Jahangir, then Shah Jahan. So what you need to remember is important developments as part of Mughal school of painting under Akbar, Jahangir, and Shah Jahan. Right? So remember these three emperors and the development of painting under them. So who are the important painters under Akbar? What are the various developments in the field of painting under Akbar? What are the themes which were painted? Similarly, Jahangir, what happened with respect to painting under Jahangir? Important painters patronized by Jahangir. Then various techniques introduced in painting during the time of Jahangir, and Jahangir's own contribution towards painting. Then Shah Jahan. So what happened with respect to painting under Shah Jahan? Important painters under him. For example, night scenes came to be painted. Gold dust was used in painting. All those things happened during the time of Shah Jahan. Did you understand? These are these three emperors. You remember important painters under all the three emperors, and important themes under them. Now we come back here. Take down some extra points. You write Akbar. Right, Akbar. Under Akbar, what are the important developments? Before I come to the PPTs, we will discuss this. Just take down Akbar. Number one, established royal karkhanas. Akbar established royal karkhanas. Established royal karkhanas. Are you able to hear me? Are you taking down? Can you raise your hands? So Akbar established royal karkhanas. Thank you. Okay, carry on. Established royal karkhanas. He is considered to be the real founder of the Mughal school of painting. He is considered to be the real founder of Mughal school of painting. Number three, combination of Persian and Indian paintings. So during this period, we have combination of Persian and Indian paintings. Combination of Persian and Indian paintings. Number four, flat effect of Persian style. Flat effect of Persian style was replaced by roundness of Indian style. Roundness of Indian style. Number five, so I repeat, he established royal karkhanas. That's called atelier. Karkhanas are called atelier. Atelier. We'll come to that, don't worry. Then he is considered to be the real founder of the Mughal school of painting. We have combination of Persian and Indian paintings. Flat effect of Persian style replaced by the roundness of Indian style. Then introduction of European painting. By the Portuguese priests. Including the technique of foreshortening. Including the technique of foreshortening. Introduction of European painting by the Portuguese priests, including the technique of foreshortening. So what is this foreshortening? Understand this. What is foreshortening? Let's say there's a painting. Okay? Just hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay. Is it more audible now? Clearer? More audible? Louder? The camera was very, very high. Louder? Clearer? Okay. Now look here. What is foreshortening? Understand this. What is foreshortening? Let's say you have a painting. Okay. You see a painting where a lady, let's say a lady is making a pot. She's making a pot on the wheel. So you can see both her hands like this. Okay, she is making a pot on the wheel. The wheel is turning, the pottery wheel is turning, and she is fabricating a pot or making a pot. Now, when you look at the painting, her fingers look very, very large. Her fingers the fingers of her hand look very, very large. The hand and the palms of her fingers look very, very big when compared to her face. Okay, her face looks smaller compared to her hands. That is called foreshortening. Did you understand? That is called foreshortening. Clear? Her hands look extra large. Her fingers look huge when compared to her face. It looks as if the size of the picture is receding. The size of the picture is receding as you go deeper and deeper. When you see the painting deeper and deeper, you see the pictures receding in size. So since the fingers of her hand are immediately facing us, that look bigger, and slowly her face looks smaller. That is called foreshortening. Did you get me that? Clear? That's called foreshortening. Then number six point, book illustration. Book illustration. Book illustration was given a lot of importance by Akbar. Yeah, nearer one larger and farther one smaller. Yeah, yes, Kennedy. You hit the bullseye. So book illustration was given a lot of importance during the time of Akbar. So what are the various books illustrated? Ramayana was illustrated. Mahabharata was illustrated. Okay. The Atharva Veda, Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc. were illustrated. So book illustration was given a lot of importance during the time of Akbar. Right? Then next subheading, assimilation of European painting. Assimilation of European painting. Western techniques. Western techniques. Assimilation of European painting, Western techniques. So what are the various European techniques or Western techniques which were incorporated into Mughal paintings? Understand this. Number one, assimilation of European painting, Western techniques. Number one, use of perspective. Use of perspective. Use of perspective. Number two, employment of light and shade. Employment of light and shade. Employment of light and shade. Number three, lowering of horizons in the pictures. Lowering of horizons in the pictures. Lowering of horizons in the pictures. I'll use another page. So use of perspective, employment of light and shade, lowering of horizons in the pictures. Number four, representation of the sky more realistically. Representation of the sky more realistically with cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets. With cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets. Number five, modeling of three-dimensional figures. Modeling of three-dimensional figures by means of shading and a limited adaptation of perspective and a limited adaptation of perspective. I repeat, use of perspective, employment of light and shade, lowering of horizons in the pictures, representation of the sky more realistically with cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets, modeling of three-dimensional figures by means of shading and a limited adaptation of perspective. Are you there with me? Next paragraph. Write down next paragraph. During Akbar's reign, two or more artists worked together. During Akbar's reign, two or more artists worked together, but not more than 4 or 5. But not more than 4 or 5. During Akbar's reign, two or more artists worked together, but not more than 4 or 5. Full stop. One made the sketch. In bracket, if you want, tara. One made the sketch, in bracket, tara. T-A-R-R-A-H. One made the tara, sketch. The second made the painting, Ami. The third did the portrait. The third made the portrait. Chiranuma. The third made the Chiranuma. Sorry, the third made the, just hold on. The third made the Chiranuma. Portrait. Chiranuma. The third made the portrait. The fourth made the figure drawing. The fourth did the figure drawing. And the fifth, Rangarezi. The fifth made the coloring. The fifth made the coloring. Figure drawing is called Surat. Figure drawing is called Surat. And coloring is called Rangarezi. So two or more artists work together, but not more than 4 or 5. The first one made the tarra, the sketch or the tarra. The second did the painting or ami. The third, portrait or chiranuma. Fourth, figure drawing or surat. And the last did the coloring or rangarezi. Full stop. Such a system suggests, write down, such a system suggests that Mughal painting was more a craft. Mughal painting was more a craft rather than a fine art. It was a craft. Such a system suggests that Mughal painting was a craft more than a fine art. Was a craft more than a fine art. More than a fine art. Was a craft more than a fine art. Are you there with me? So book illustration became very, very popular under Akbar. Please understand, he gave a lot of importance to book illustration, Akbar. And these are the various European techniques of painting which were incorporated by the Mughal painters during the time of Akbar. And Mughal painting is more a craft rather than a fine art because of these reasons. Minimum 2 or more artists, 2 to 3 artists, maximum 4 to 5 artists worked on one painting. It was not the work of a single painter. Maximum 4 to 5, minimum 2 to 3 worked on one painting, and therefore it is considered more of a craft than a fine art. Okay, now let us look at Akbar period. So Humayun, we have looked at it. So this is supposed to be the first painting, earliest known example of Mughal painting. This is the earliest known example of Mughal painting, the Princess of the House of Timur. Princess of the House of Timur. This came in the newspaper from the Indian Express. I directly took it from the Indian Express newspaper. It came in the Indian Express newspaper. So since I have subscribed for the online edition, I can also download the pictures and so I have downloaded this and I put it here. Earliest known example of a Mughal painting is this, Princess of the House of Timur, created between 1550 and 1555 by Abd al-Samad. Then Akbar. So Akbar, I've given you extra points. He paid personal attention to painting. So we have the atelier, Akbar's atelier or Karkhana, where almost 150 painters used to paint. It was supervised by 2 master painters who came during the time of his father, Mir Said Ali Tabrizi, Khwaja Abd al-Samad. And this is the book which was completed during the time of Akbar, Dastan-e-Amir Hamza, which consists of 1,400 paintings. Each painting is this size, 22 by 28 inches. Then his fondness for history resulted in Akbarnama. And then we have his empathy for animals seen in this painting called Anmari Saheli. Akbar's empathy for animals is evident in the painting called Anmari Saheli. Main artists, so who were the main artists during the period of Akbar? Mir Said Ali Tabrizi, Khwaja Abdus Samad, Daswant, and Baswan. These are the four important artists during the time of Akbar, four important painters. Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. So here, these are the famous paintings of his birth of Majnu, shackled Majnu in front of Laila, Behram Gur, Gadaria, Half Aurang, etc. So important painters under Akbar. Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. Then Khwaja Abdus Samad was given the title of Shri Kalam. He was the one who made the broad contours of the painting, Dastan-e-Amir Hamza. Then Daswant, he committed suicide later, Daswant, and maximum scenes of the Mahabharata were painted by him. So Persian version of Mahabharata is called Razamnama. So most of the paintings in the Razamnama were made by Daswant. He committed suicide later. Then Baswan made most of the drawings in the Ramayana were made by him. Baswan. So these are the important painters of Akbar's period. You can see here Mughal painting under Akbar. So Akbar is on a horse here. So this is Akbar for you by Baswan. So Akbar has gone hunting. Akbar is hunting here. You can see Akbar is hunting. Then Jahangir. Now Jahangir, the peak of Mughal painting is under Jahangir. Peak of Mughal painting is under him, is under Jahangir. And Jahangir in his Tuzuki Jahangiri, his autobiography, says that in a composite painting, he could identify which painter painted which part of the painting. For example, what is the meaning of a composite painting? Composite painting. For example, let's say there is a painting. Imagine there's a painting, okay? And there's a dancer. So imagine she's the dancer. Okay, she's the dancer. So she's the dancer. And one person made the sketch of the dancer. He made the outline of the dancer. Nobody, Jahangir has not seen that person. There are about 4 or 5 people who have made this one painting. One made the figure drawing, that is the sketch of this girl. Another painted that girl. The third painter made the jewelry on her body, whatever jewels she was wearing. The fourth person made the border. Okay, he made the border of this painting and made some decorations. Now, when this painting was shown to Jahangir, Jahangir in his autobiography claims that he could point out which painter painted which part of that painting. So he says this person made the sketch, that person made the drawing or the coloring, the third person made the jewelry, like that. That's what he says in his autobiography. So the peak of Mughal painting was under Jahangir. Okay. So what are the important themes on which paintings were made under Jahangir? So we have seen what was the theme under Akbar. The main theme was book illustration. Under Akbar, it was book illustration. Under Jahangir, what was the main theme? So to take down, main theme was this. Just take down some extra points under Jahangir. Jahangir. So paintings of his time depict the pomp and splendor of the Mughal court. Pomp and splendor. Pomp and splendor of the Mughal Empire. So paintings of his time depict the pomp and splendor of the Mughal Empire. Jahangir preferred group portraits. Jahangir preferred group portraits. Court scenes. Different episodes of his life. Different episodes of his life. Example, Jahangir Embracing Shah Jahan. Jahangir. Embracing Shah Jahan. So Jahangir preferred group portraits, court scenes, different episodes of his life. Then portrait painting, painting of animals, and landscape painting. Re should speak under him. Re should speak. So portrait painting, painting of animals, landscape painting, Re should speak under him. Portrait painting, painting of animals, and landscape painting, Re should speak. Okay, so this is about Jahangir. So the rest of the points are there in the PPT. Just hold on. So Jahangir, so he was both the patron of painting and artist himself. He was a patron of painting and artist himself. He transferred Akbar's art depot to the fort of Allahabad. And Akkar Riza was made its head. Abul Hasan, son of Akkar Riza, was his favorite painter. Abul Hasan, son of Akkar Riza, was his favorite artist. He was given the title Nadir Uzma, Wonder of the Age. So that was a title given to him by Jahangir. Then he preferred court scenes, portraits, animal studies. Women were employed to paint during his period. So that is very unique to Jahangir's period. Women were employed to paint for the first time during his period. Then we have a number of painters under him, important painters: Govardhan, Bishan Das, Manohar, Farooq Beg, Muhammad Nadir, Ustad Mansoor. So these are the important painters under Jahangir. Now, on your screen, you can see the picture of Thomas Roe. There's a story here where I believe Thomas Roe came. As you all know, he came in 1611 as the ambassador of James I of England. And Thomas Roe, I believe, he knew that there were very, very great painters in the court of Jahangir. So he brought with him painting with, he brought a painting with him and told the emperor that I believe I came to know that there are a lot of great painters in your court. If somebody is able to replicate the painting, make an exact copy of the painting I have brought with me, I will give 50 rupees to that person. So that was the bet made by Thomas Roe. Jahangir, I believe, replied to Thomas Roe that, of course, there are great painters in my court. You come in the evening and you pick up. I'll order my painters to make a few paintings, exact copy of the paintings. And the challenge I throw to you is you should choose which is the exact painting, the original painting, which you have brought along with you. So the painting was left in the court of Jahangir, and Thomas Roe was asked to come in the evening. And when he came in the evening, 6 copies had been made. So the original painting which he had brought along with him, along with that, 6 copies or 6 replicas, almost like a Xerox copy, were made and kept next to the original copy. And Jahangir told Thomas Roe, "You pick up the original." That's a challenge. That is a bet thrown by the emperor to Thomas Roe. And Thomas Roe was confused because he did not know which was the original, because everything looked like the original, and he lost the bet. So that is a story. So whether it really happened or not, God knows, but mostly it happened. Are you there with me? Did you get me that? So that shows how good painters were during the time of Jahangir in the Mughal court. What happened to the class today? No response, absolutely no response. You raise your hands. Are you clear? Okay. So 50 rupees, there's a challenge thrown by him. The same evening, six copies were made. No, he could not pick out the original. So on your screen, you can see the famous artist of Jahangir's period, Ustad Mansoor. He painted birds, animals, flowers. Title Nadir al-Asar. Then Bishan Das, he made the portrait of Shah Abbas of Persia. Very interesting. So Jahangir sent this Bishan Das to paint the portrait of Shah Abbas of Persia. If you remember, we have done Mughal period. Jahangir, during his period, Shah Abbas, the king of Persia, conquered Kandahar, right? And then later, of course, the Mughals were able to bribe the fort commander of Kandahar, and they were able to take back Kandahar from Shah Abbas. So Jahangir wanted to see how Shah Abbas of Persia looks like. Those days, there was no technology. Otherwise, he would have done a video call and spoken to Shah Abbas. But then technology was not there. So he sent Bishan Das to make a portrait of Shah Abbas of Persia. So Bishan Das went all the way to Persia, made a portrait and brought it back. Then Farooq Beg. So Gulshan album is Farooq Beg's. Then painting depicts the Persian costume. Then Manohar. Manohar was the one who made a portrait of Jahangir, which was presented to Thomas Rowe. So portrait of Jahangir was made by Manohar, and that portrait of Jahangir was presented to Thomas Rowe, and Thomas Rowe took it to England and showed it to the Queen. It is in one of the British museums. This painting made by Manohar, right? So, right. So this is the paintings of Ustad Mansoor. So Ustad Mansoor was a great animal painter under Jahangir. Look at the paintings of Ustad Mansoor. Zebra, he's drawn a zebra, a bird here, some birds here. Looks very original, very unique. So this is Jahangir sitting on the throne. Jahangir receiving Prince Khurram. You can see here, painting of Jahangir receiving Prince Khurram. Prince Khurram is who? Shah Jahan. So Shah Jahan, later Khurram becomes Shah Jahan. So he's coming and falling at his father's feet. That is shown in the form of painting. And all the Mughal courtiers are all looking at it. Then this is the painting of Jahangir preferring a Sufi sheikh to kings by Bichitar. So Shah Jahan preferring a Sufi sheikh to kings. So Jahangir is sitting on an hourglass. You can see there's an hourglass, half empty, half full. And Jahangir is sitting on this hourglass. He's handing a copy of the Holy Quran to some sheikh. And we have the King of England and the Emperor of Constantinople. They're standing before folded hands. They're standing before Jahangir with folded hands. So Jahangir is shown as a world conqueror in this painting by Bichitir. Right? Then we come to Shah Jahan. Are you there with me? So Shah Jahan, just take down some points on the Shah Jahan. What are the important developments during Shah Jahan in the field of painting? So Shah Jahan, predominant theme was, what was the predominant theme? Predominant theme visit of the emperor to ascetics. Predominant theme visit of the emperor to ascetics. Or dervishes. Predominant theme is visit of the emperor to ascetics or dervishes. night scenes were painted for the first time. Night scenes were painted for the first time. Night scenes were painted for the first time. Then new technique called CI Kalam became fashionable. A new technique called Siyahi Kalam. Siyahi Kalam became fashionable. That is fine, delicate line drawing. Fine, delicate line drawing slightly tinted with washes of pale colors. With washes of pale colors and gold. Became fashionable. So this became fashionable. New technique called CI Kalam became fashionable. That is fine, delicate line drawings, slightly tinted with washes of pale colors and gold. That became fashionable. Clear? Yerra, you write a mail to Target IAS, they'll let you know. I will not know when, which other subject will start when. I don't make the timetable, so I won't know, Yerra. So not relevant question. I'm only a teacher of history, so I will not know. I don't set the timetable. So, okay, this is about Shah Jahan. Clear? These are the important developments under Shah Jahan. So we'll come back here on your screen. So Shah Jahan, mainly court paintings were drawn during his period. Famous painting Shah Jahan Nama. Famous artists during the time of Shah Jahan were these Govardhan, Mir Hashim, Anup Chittor, Fakirullah. Then you can see some of the paintings here. Shah Jahan with Prince Aurangzeb. Here, Shah Jahan with Aurangzeb. Then Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. Then comparison between Mughal and Rajput styles of paintings. So both the styles, both Mughal and Rajput styles contain certain common themes. So in both have historical themes. You have historical scenes in both. Portraits are there in both. Night scenes and religious paintings. So all these have common themes. Historical scenes, portrait scenes, night scenes, and religious paintings. Now, what are the differences? Mughal paintings are earthly. That is, whatever is there in reality that was shown, whereas Rajput paintings are unearthly, imaginary. Unearthly is imaginary. Then Mughal paintings incorporated floral borders, whereas floral borders are absent in Rajput paintings. Mughal paintings are influenced by Persian and European elements, whereas you have local traditions, local and traditional Indian lives is the focus in Rajput paintings. Portrait of women is not common in Mughal paintings, whereas importance was given to portrait of women in Rajput paintings. These are the differences. Clear? Then Madhubani painting, I'll come to that just, okay, let me talk about it. Madhubani painting. So let us come, this is an example of folk painting or famous in Madhubani district of Bihar. So this is also called Mithila paintings. Madhubani paintings or Mithila paintings. Are you there with me, all of you? Clear? All of you till here? Can you raise your hands? Ganesh, Shah Jahan, I've already told you, Shah Jahan, we have mostly court paintings made. Then women were also shown, royal women were also shown in the paintings. Then I given you extra points. CI Kalam was painted, new technique called CI Kalam was painted. Then the Mughal predominant theme was Emperor Shah Jahan visiting ascetics or dervishes. Night scenes were painted for the first time. These are all the important developments under Shah Jahan. Okay, Anup Chittur, Fakirullah, these are some of the important painters under Shah Jahan. Okay, now come to Madhubani paintings. Now look here. This is unique to the Madhubani district of Bihar. So you have, understand this, you have the girl and the boy who are going to get married. So parents have fixed the marriage, okay, of the boy and the girl, and in some time they're going to get married. Let us say a week, and another week is there, 10 days are there for the marriage to take place. So what happens is, from the boy's house, the groom, from the groom's house, Kumkum, Sindhur is sent to the girl's house. Sindoor is sent to the girl's house. That is the bride's house. So from the groom's house, Sindoor is sent to the girl's house. And the girls, the women of the girl, the bride, the would-be bride's family members, the girl, the ladies, that is the wife, girl's mother, grandmother, aunties, etc. All the women of the bride's, would-be bride's household will join together. They'll take that sindoor and they will make painting on the wall of the room where the couple, the newly married couple, are going to spend their first night. That is called Madhubani painting. Did you understand? That's called Madhubani painting. So what are basically painted is Ramayana, Mahabharata scenes. Those are painted. Are you there with me? That is called Madhubani painting. The Kobargar is the bride's wedding chamber. So what is called Suhagrat, after you get married, for the first time, the girl and the boy are going to spend spend under the same roof. Yeah, done by the Kayastha women. It is done by the Kayastha women. Atish, you're right. So that is called Kobargar, where the newly married couple are going to spend their first night. So the walls of that room where the newly married couple are going to spend is painted with the sindoor sent by the groom's house to the bride's house. So here, so what was the origin? So it has got a mythological origin. The heroine of the Ramayana, that is Sita, her father was Janaka, King Janaka of Mithila. So when his daughter was getting married to Rama, that is Sita was getting married to Rama, King Janaka is supposed to have ordered the people of Mithila to paint the houses of their walls of their houses. So that's where the Madhubani painting is originated from. So what are painted? Themes of marriage, Lord Krishna, other Hindu deities. Then paintings are made on each occasion, birth and marriage, festivals like Holi, Chhat, Durga Puja, etc. Generally, it is a skill handled on by women. And it has got GI tag. It is unique to the region of Madhubani district of Bihar, done by the Kayastha women. Then colonial period paintings. So we have basically landscape paintings, human portraits, paintings of gods, goddesses printed on large scale. These were painted. There were three styles under colonial period: British style, court style, and modern national art style. I've already told you when I did the overview. So British style is what I made a chart for you. British style is the painting patronized by the East India Company, the officers of the British East India Company. Right. So what are the characteristics of this school? You can see here initially attractive scenes were painted of India. This is to attract Europeans to come to India, visit this country. So attractive landscapes of India were painted to attract British painters and tourists. Famous painters Thomas Daniel, William Daniel. Then aristocratic drawings, that is, life-size portraits were painted of kings, Indian kings, showing their pomp and splendor, how rich they were. So human-sized paintings were made, reflected the prosperity and influence of rulers. For example, John Giovanni, famous painters were John Giovanni and John Wilson. Then historical paintings, that is, the victory scored by the British over Indian kings, victory of the British rulers in India, that was highlighted. For example, Mir Jafar leading Lord Clive, then Kirkpatrick's Srirangapatnam victory. So you have the victory of Srirangapatna. The British defeated Tipu in the fourth battle and conquered Srirangapatna, and he also died defending his capital. So that was shown in the form of painting. For example, David Bayard's painting of finding the body of Tipu Sultan. A colonial period, European period. Colonial period is European period, basically here British period. So you can see here the painting of the storming of Srirangapatna or Seringapatam. Seringapatam, as the British called it. So you know this, Tipu was asked to sign the subsidiary treaty. He refused to sign the subsidiary treaty. The Nizam of Hyderabad was the first to sign the subsidiary treaty. So Tipu is supposed to have remarked that he would like to live well. It is better to live one day like a lion than 100 days like a fox or a rat, 100 days like a rat. So he bravely defended his capital and died. So the British called in reinforcements from Vedaka, various cantonments. They had an alliance with the Marathas and the Nizam of Hyderabad, surrounded Sringapatna, and Tipu died defending his capital. So the last effort and fall of Tipu Sultan by Henry Singleton. So this is the painting you can see here. It made in 1800. This is Tipu Sultan fighting against the British. Right, and this is the dead body of Tipu Sultan, which was discovered by the British. General Sir David Bayard's discovering the body of Tipu Sultan, painting by David Wilkie. So you know how Tipu Sultan died, right? All of you know how Tipu Sultan died. So this is what is shown in the form of painting. Hello, are you there with me? You see, uh, here, you see, May 4th, 1799. May 4th, 1799 was the day when Tipu was killed. Yeah, it is painted by David Wilkie. That is right. Painted by David Wilkie. Now you see, as I told you, Tipu did not sign the subsidiary treaty. He refused to sign. And the British called in reinforcements from other cantonments. And then they formed an alliance with Nizam and the Marathas. And they surrounded the capital of Tipu Sultan, that is Srirangapatna. It's about 30 kilometers from Mysore, Srirangapatna. And I believe, Tipu was heavily outnumbered because his army strength had drastically declined. In the third war, he had lost half his kingdom, and two of his sons were held by the British as hostages. You know that. Now, I believe when he was having his afternoon meal, he just sat down for his meal, afternoon lunch. And as he was having his lunch in the afternoon, one of the messengers came and told that one of his commanders called Abdul Ghaffur. So Abdul Ghaffur was in charge of a particular part of the fort. So he died while defending the fort. That was the message given by the messenger. So Tipu washed his hands. He stopped eating his food. He washed his hands. He mounted his horse, and he rode towards the northern gate, I believe. So he rode towards the northern gate of Sringapatna. There was a volley of cannon fired at the northern gate. So he changed direction. And went towards the western gate. So then there was another cannon, a volley of cannons shot at fired at the Western Gate, and his horse was hit. Tipu Sultan's horse was hit, so the horse fell down, and Tipu also fell down along with the horse, and he was semi-conscious. He was not unconscious; he was semi-conscious, and he was thrown on a sea of dead bodies. So there was many soldiers of his had died, so he also fell on those dead bodies, and he was semi-conscious, and his horse had died. So looking at the wealth on Tipu Sultan's body, his golden belt, diamond rings, golden bangle, the golden dagger, all those things. A British soldier got greedy. So he thought that Tipu had died. He did not know he was Tipu Sultan. So looking at all the gold and jewelry on Tipu's body, this person, came near Tipu to remove all those jewelry. That's the time when Tipu regained his consciousness. He was fully conscious, and with his sword, he took a swipe at the soldier, I believe. But then the sword missed the soldier. When he took a swipe at the soldier, the British soldier, the sword missed the soldier, and the soldier got up, and at point blank range, he opened fire at Tipu. And that's how Tipu was killed. This is according to the Mysore Gazetteer. Mysore Gazetteer was written by the British. So they are the ones who tell us this. So nobody knew that Tipu had been killed. Then when the British conquered Srirangapatna, they began to search for his body. And then in the torchlight, you can see there, the British officer is holding a torch, okay, in his hand. And then you have the family members of Tipu. So you can see here the family members of Tipu and some of his commanders. They confirmed that it is Tipu Sultan. So this is how the body of Tipu Sultan was found. If you go to Srirangapatna, and as you are driving or traveling towards the temple there, you see a milestone. You see a milestone in stone, and it is mentioned very clearly. Tipu Sultan's dead body was found here. So that's how the British by accident discovered the dead body of Tipu Sultan. This is shown in the form of painting by David Wilkie. Right. Then we have court style, Mysore and Tanjavur schools. So here the Mysore painting was inspired by the Vijayanagar paintings. Mainly theme was gods, goddesses, meant for worship. It was meant for worship, not for display. The Mysore school of paintings. So Tipu was killed in 1799. You all know that. So I'll use another page. So Tipu was killed in 1799. Tipu was killed. Then the British brought back the Wadayar family. Krishnaraja Wadayar III. Krishna Raja Wadayar III. So he became the Raja, but he was only a 5-year-old boy who was made to sign the subsidiary treaty. So he was made to sign the subsidiary treaty, right? And from 1799 to 1811, we have the regency of Diwan Purnaya. So Diwan Purnaya, who served under Tipu Sultan as revenue minister, finance minister, he ran the administration because the boy, Krishnaraja Wadayar, the king, was still a small boy. Raja Krishnaraja Wadayar was still a small boy. He was 5 years old when he was made to sign the subsidiary treaty. In 1811, we have Krishnaraja Wadayar coming to power. 1811, Diwan Purnaya was forced to resign because of some corruption charges against him. And from 1811 to 1831, we have Krishnaraja Wadayar III, who directly ruled Mysore. And that is the time when we have the Mysore school of painting, which came into existence. Mysore's painting. Mysore painting became flourished during that period, between 1811 to 1831. Did you understand? So basically, again, it was made on handmade paper, I believe. These paintings were made on handmade paper, basically meant for devotion, meant to pray, not for display as such. So what are the various features? They'll not ask you about features and all that, but anyway, I have given it from various sources. I've collected it and I made it. So you can just stick to the PPTs for painting topic. It's pretty substantial and detailed. So what is the technique used for making Mysore paintings? I have given you that. Again, not important from the exam point of view. So preparation of base, paper, wood, cloth, on wall grounds. All those details are here. Not necessary, but anyway, out of interest, you can read them. And these are some of the paintings. You can see here, beautiful painting on the left of your screen. This is a painting of a lady holding a lamp in her hand. And you can see the lamp glowing on her sari, on her chest area. It looks so real, this painting. Similarly, this is the private darbar of the Modairs. Even now, there's a private darbar held during the Dasara celebrations. So this is in the Jagan Mohan Palace in Mysore. What is called the Mysore Palace, actual name is Amba Vilasa, also called Jagan Mohan Palace. So this is Krishnaraja Wadiyar the third for you on your screen. And these are the royal ladies. You see here on your screen, these are the royal ladies. Wadiyar kings basically married princesses from Gujarat and Rajasthan. Even though that is a tradition, Mysore kings have not married the local girls. They've always married princesses from the royal families of Rajasthan and Gujarat. But they give them local names, Kupamma, Ponnamma, Kuttamma, like that. But then, that's why local names are given. So these are all religious paintings, as you can see. So Ravana cutting off Jatayu's wing. So Krishna here, like that. They were all basically religious paintings. This is in one of the temples in the Tumkur district of Karnataka, Narasimha Swami temple in CB, Tumkur district. You can see Tipu Sultan here. This is one of the gods. So this is again found in the Darya Darat Bagh. This is Tipu's father, Hyder Ali, and Tipu killing a tiger. So that's not the reason why he's called the Tiger of Mysore. He never killed any tiger, but in the painting is shown killing a tiger. This is the summer palace of Tipu in the Darya Darat Bagh in Srirangapatna. Darya Darat Bagh palace. On the walls of this palace, we have paintings. These are the paintings you can see. So this is Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, British fighting against the Mysore army, Tipu Sultan on his horse, etc. So Mysore paintings are found in the Jain Mutt at Shravanabalagola. Then also we have Naga Kumara Charitra paintings. So all these things are the themes. You can see here the fight between Bahubali and Gomateshwara, the Bahubali and his brother Bharata. Bahubali Gomateshwara and Bharata. Right, this one. I've told you the story. Right. Are you there with me, all of you? Then we come to other paintings, Pitchwai paintings. What is this Pitchwai paintings? Pitchwai paintings. So here in Rajasthan, we have the Srinathji temple, idol of Lord Srinathji. So in the Sanctum Sanctorum, that is the Garbhagriha, we have the idol of Lord Srinathji. And behind the idol, you have a cloth. The painting done on that cloth is called Pitchwai painting. So just remember Pichwada. Pichwada is back, isn't it? Pichwada. So here you see the Pitchwai painting behind the idol of Srinathji in Rajasthan. At Natadwara, there's a temple called Srinathji's temple. You see this cloth here in blue color, blue white. That is a painting, which is called Pitchwai painting. Did you understand? Hello, clear? Pitchwai painting. Now, unless you raise your hands, I will not continue. Okay, clear. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We'll move on. Then Tanjore paintings. Tanjore painting is another example of court painting. We have a family of the Maratha king Chhatrapati Shivaji which settled down at Tanjore. We have the descendants of Shivaji's family, that is Sarboji II, Shivaji II. They patronized this school of painting. That's why it's called Tanjore painting. It developed in the Maratha court of Tanjore. So gold coating was used. You can see here, it is done on jackwood, Palgai Padam. That's why it's called Palgai Padam, done on a type of wood called jackwood. So they used red, background is painted red or green, and outline of figures is in dark reddish brown. It has got GI tag. So these are the paintings. You can see Tanjavur paintings. So precious stones, gold, etc. is used in these paintings. Very beautiful to look at. Done on jackwood, Algai Padam. Okay, right. Then we come to modern national art style. I told you there was a painter called E.B. Havel. E.B. Havel. He was a Britisher, and he felt that Indians should not adopt Western themes or European themes. They should adopt Indian themes. They could use Western techniques of painting or European techniques of painting, but with Indian themes. And he inspired a group of painters under Abanindranath Tagore, who established the Bengal School of Painting, and that later became known as the National School of Painting. So that is called modern national art style. Okay, so here we have painting on paper, but also printing of paintings. Paintings were also printed. For example, that of Raja Ravi Verma. So this is Raja Ravi Verma for you, as I told you in the beginning stages. So he belonged to the royal family of Travancore or Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. A gifted painter. He was a born gifted painter. So Theodore Jensen, one of the painters called Theodore Jensen, visited his court, and he taught him European techniques of painting. And after that, he began to use that technique also, but with Indian themes, and his paintings became world famous. So later, there was so much of demand for his paintings that he began to print his paintings. So he opened a printing press. So Raja Ravivarma Press in Bombay, where his paintings came to be printed as such. So to cater to the demand of his paintings. So on your screen, I have put some paintings of Raja Ravivarma. You can see here Lord Narsimha killing Hiranyakashipa. Then this is Goddess Lakshmi standing on a lotus, and an elephant is come to garland her. This is the imagination of Raja Ravivarma. So here you can see a female. Then Lord Krishna with his mother Yashoda, right? So all these are the paintings of Raja Ravivarma. Then Patna School or Company School. What is this Patna School or Company School of painting? You see, the British conquered Delhi. The British, conquered Delhi in 1803. The British conquered Delhi. So Delhi was conquered by the British. So many of the painters who were in the Mughal court ran away to Murshidabad in West Bengal. So they ran away to Murshidabad in West Bengal. But Murshidabad was not a safe place because you have frequent attacks of the Marathas, Afghans, wars between the Marathas, Afghans, and also the English company. So therefore, many of these painters left Murshidabad and they ran away to Patna in Bihar. And in course of time, Patna became an important commercial center of the British. It became an important business center of the British. And the painting which flourished in Patna under the patronage of the British officers is called the Patna School. So it was a fusion of Mughal and Western styles. That's called Company School or Patna School. So British officers working for the East India Company patronized the school of painting. That's called Patna School, also called Company School of Painting. So the explanation is there in the PPT. Just go through it. So basically, they are miniature paintings made on paper. Later on, you have drawings on ivory, leather also. Paintings show day-to-day life of people. So it is not courtly or aristocratic. Day-to-day life of people are shown. Bazaar scenes, people selling, various goods in the markets. Those such things are shown. Social life. Okay, smallest events of social life have been painted. Festivals, animals, etc. The oldest painting of this school is the Patna Ekka, horse cart of Patna. This is the horse cart of Patna. This is an example of Patna School of Painting. The Patna Ekka, right? This is Patna School or Company School. This is called Patna School or Company School of Painting. Did you get me? So I said, Kennedy, 1803, British conquered Delhi. So as a result, many of the painters trained in the Mughal school of painting ran away to Murshidabad in West Bengal. But Murshidabad was not a quiet place. It was not a safe place. Why? Because you have frequent wars between the English East India Company, the Marathas, and the Afghans. So therefore, these painters left Murshidabad and went away to Patna in Bihar. And Patna, in course of time, developed into a commercial hub of the British, a business center of the British. And the type of painting which was patronized in Patna by the British officers of the company, East India Company, is known as Patna School. So it is a mixture of Mughal school and Western style, Western technique. Basically, day-to-day life, simple paintings were painted. Whatever is we see in the society on a day-to-day basis, market scenes, bazaar scenes, etc. Okay. Then Bengal School of Painting. Did you understand, Kennedy? Did you hear me? So Bengal School of Painting. I told you already, E.B. Havel, he wanted the Indian painters to paint Indian themes, not Western themes. And he inspired a group of painters under Abanindranath Tagore, which led to the birth of the Bengal School of Painting. So we have painters like Abanindranath Tagore, Sharda Ukil, Jaimini Roy, Amrita Shergill. They were all Indian painters who began to paint Indian themes, but they might or might not have used Western techniques. That is called the Bengal School of Painting, which later developed into the National School of Painting. So what is the subject matter of Bengal School? Historical paintings. For example, Buddha and Sujata by Abanindranath Tagore. You remember, Sujata is the girl who came and offered a bowl of rice and milk to Siddhartha, right? Sujata is that girl who came and offered him some rice and milk. So Buddha consumed that for the next 49 days. You remember, I told you the story. Then Akbar and Kunal by Asit Kumar Haldar. Religious paintings, Mahakali, Shiva, Parvati. Literary subject matter like Meghdut of Asir Kumar Haldar. Social and daily life paintings, birds, animal, landscape painting, etc. This is Bengal School of Painting. Okay. So pioneers of Bengal School, Abanindranath Tagore, Sharda Ukil, Asit Kumar Haldar, Venkatappa, Jaimini Roy, Nandlal Bose, etc. Okay, so that led to the so-called Indian Society of Oriental Art. So that is Bengal School of Art came to be accepted as the Indian Society of Oriental Art later. So I have given you the works of Abanindranath Tagore. So he made this wonderful Adventures of Nils by Swedish novelist Selma Lagerlöf into a children's storybook called Burro Angla. Arabian Nights series of paintings. So Abanindranath Tagore's paintings were first published in the Studio magazine in 1910. So this is Bharat Mata by Abanindranath Tagore. You can see here, this is the original Bharat Mata. So Bharat Mata was shown like this with some paddy grains in her hand, but later she was shown like this with a lion and a flag in her hand. Okay, then we come to folk paintings. In different parts of India, we have different types of paintings, generally done in the houses and courtyards of villages. That's called folk paintings. Madhubani, Patachitra, Pithora, etc. Let us look at them. So Madhubani paintings, I told you already, the Kayastha women, it is mainly done by the Jitwarpur village in the Madhubani district of Bihar, made on the walls of the Khobargar. That is where the traditional room of the married couple. So the married couple are going to spend their first night or a few nights there, few days there. So what are painted? Scenes of Ramayana, Hindu gods, goddesses, etc. are painted. So the kumkum or kumkum is sent, sindhur is sent by the would-be groom's house to the would-be bride's house. And the women of the bride's family, they are the ones who paint the bedroom of that room where the newly married couple are going to spend their first night and a few days there before the girl finally goes away to her husband's house. This is Madhubani painting, right? So initially paintings for scriptures, then later you have birth of Buddha, Ganesha's mother, Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan's death. They are also painted. And Pattachitra. Pattachitra is the folk painting of Orissa. Folk painting of Orissa is called Pattachitra. Then Pithora paintings, that they are done by the tribes of Gujarat, Rathavas and Bilaras. Pithora painting made by the tribes of Gujarat. Then Tanka paintings found in the monasteries of Ladakh. So basically the theme is paintings of Buddha on cotton and silk cloth. So found in Tibetan monasteries, that is called Tanka painting. Then kalamkari paintings. This is done with a kalam or a pen. This is native to Andhra Pradesh, Machilipatnam, developed in Machilipatnam in the Krishna district of Andhra Pradesh. So it is done with the help of a kalam or a pen. That's called kalamkari paintings. Then Kalighat pot art. So you have the Dakshineshwar Kali temple where Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was the chief priest. So on the ghat, in the Kalighat temple of goddess Kali, on the temple premises, we have paintings. That is called Kalighat pot art. So themes are Hindu gods, mythological characters, etc. Okay, are you there with me? So it is in the vicinity of the Kalighat Kali temple in Kalighat, Kolkata. Then floor paintings, Rangoli. So in North India, generally it is done on wet floors, whereas in South India it is done on dry powders. And different parts of India it is called by different names, Rangoli. For example, in UP it is called Chauk Purna, I believe. Chauk Purna, Uttarakhand, Aipan or Diktap, like that. Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Muggulu, Kerala, Kalamajattu or Kalam, Himachal, Rupan, Maharashtra, Rangoli, Tamil Nadu, Kolam, Karnataka, Rangavalli, etc. Known by different names in different parts of India. Then I have put a note on important painters of modern India like Abanindranath Tagore, Nandalal Bose, Asit Kumar Haldar, Jaimini Roy, Maqbool Fida Hussain, M.F. Hussain, then Babesh Chandra Sanyal, etc. So Satish Gujral, Shobha Singh, Tayeb Mehta, then Amrita Shergill, Sharda Ukil. So go through them. So, right? Are you there with me? So let us look at some of the questions which have appeared from this section. In 2017, the painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and often illustrated paintings at Ajanta. Answer is Ajanta. We all know this. Painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani. Kalamkari painting refers to what? 2015. So this is a hand-painted cotton textile in South India from Andhra Pradesh. Kalamkari painting. This is from AP. We know this. Andhra Pradesh. Kalamkari painting. From the region of Machilipatnam. Then consider the following historical places 2013. Ajanta Caves, Lepakshi Temple, Sanchi Stupa. Which of the above places are known for mural paintings? What's a mural painting? Painting done on static surfaces like walls. So Ajanta Caves, we have paintings. That is true. Lepakshi Temple also we have paintings. Sanchi Stupa, we don't have any paintings. So answer is only 1 and 2. So which of the above places are known for mural paintings? Only 1 and 2. Ajanta and Lepakshi Temple. The well-known painting Bani Thani belongs to the Kishangarh school. I've told you the story. The Raja Samant Singh had a mistress called Bani Thani, and later he left his kingdom and along with her went away to Vrindavan, and they began to stay there. So that is called Bani Thani painting, Kishangarh painting. With reference to the rock shelters of Bhimbetka, consider the following statements. It is situated on the foothills of the Satpura mountains. So that is not correct. It is in the Vindhya mountains. It is made of sandstone rocks dating back to the Mesolithic period. Correct. It reflects a long interaction between people and the landscape. So how many statements are given are correct? Only 2 are correct. Okay, the explanation is here. Explanation is given there. Go through it. Okay. So the gist of these answers are there in the model answers. I'll share that with you. Mesolithic rock cut architecture of India not only reflects the cultural life of the time, but also a fine aesthetic sense comparable to modern painting, critically evaluated. Basically, in the Mesolithic period, we have mainly community life which was painted, social life, community life, hunting scenes, dancing scenes, women collecting food around the settlement, like fruits, tubers, berries, and eating them up, feeding children, breastfeeding children, or cooking food on fire. So these are the main themes found in Mesolithic paintings, apart from hunting and battle scenes. Predominant is social life, and that the modern painting also similarly shows the same themes. Paintings of Sharda Ukil, Amrita Shergill, even MF Hussain. They're all basically social life themes around community or social life. So that is the gist of the answer. I'll share that with you when I do. When I share it, when I share the model answers with you. Safeguarding the Indian art heritage is the need of the moment. Discussed. 150 words, 10 marks. Why do we need to safeguard Indian art heritage? So, so this is one of the soft powers of India. India is known to be a culturally rich country. So one of the reasons to safeguard Indian art heritage is that many people, it is a source of livelihood for many people. For example, many of the tribes, they survive on art. For example, the Warli painting is done by the Warli tribes of Maharashtra. So they sell their paintings, and that is their source of livelihood. So therefore, it is necessary to safeguard such traditional art. Or, for example, the Alu Kurumbas of Tamil Nadu, perform the a tribe called Arukulubas. They have their own paintings, and they sell their paintings. Basically, they are folk paintings, and they survive on the income which comes from that. So it's necessary for that reason. So there are various other reasons which we can cite. The government is giving a number of benefits, including e-hearts are opened, GA tag is given to certain unique art. So all the because of all those reasons, it is necessary to safeguard Indian art and heritage. So the gist of that answer is that whatever I gave you, that will be shared with you in some time. So I have given you, you see, this is Alu Kurumbas, a local tribe from Nilgiri district of Tamil Nadu. Look at the painting to the right of the screen. So they're collecting honey here. They're collecting honey. You see, they have made a ladder and they're collecting honey from here. And this is the painting, beautifully made. Okay, this is about painting, Indian painting, big topic. But then we'll take a 10 minutes break. We'll take a 5 minutes break and come back. We'll take a 5 minutes break and come back. Just take a 5 minutes break. Yeah, hello. We have some more topics to do, like science and technology, education, um, music is there, dance is there. Okay. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, take 10 minutes and come back. 10 minutes. You take 10 minutes break and come back. Good evening. Okay, Harshita, good evening. All of you are back. I have a few more topics to cover. Hello, all of you. I have a few more topics to cover. One is science and technology. Okay, listen to me. Science and technology is one. Second is education. The third is dance. I would have wanted to do dance, but it looks like it has not been uploaded. So what we'll do is we will go on till about 5 o'clock and then take a break of 20 minutes and come back and finish the pending topics. So here I would want to do science and technology first. Then we'll do education, dance, and music. That should terminate the syllabus, whatever I wanted to cover as part of art and culture. Now, hello, are you there with me, all of you? Now, when it comes to science and technology in ancient India, um, I'll have to give you a note on medieval India, science and technology in medieval India. But then let me first discuss about science and technology in ancient India, right? So, ancient India, science and technology. So, here, all of you are there with me. So, let us quickly go through this a factual topic, science and technology in ancient India. Um, so here we have ancient Indians giving a lot of importance to experimentation, observation, analysis. So, so observation, experimentation, analysis. A lot of importance was given to these areas. Subjects like mathematics, astronomy, astrology, physics, chemistry, then medicine. Um, all these made remarkable progress in ancient India. Mathematics, astronomy, astrology, physics, chemistry, metallurgy, medicine made remarkable progress. Um, so science of mathematics was given a lot of importance in ancient India. How do we know this? You see, we have the grid system. The Harappan cities were divided into so roads ran from north to south, east to west, dividing the city into square or rectangular blocks, isn't it? So we have 90-degree angles here. Streets cut across each other at 90-degree angles. So how did they get this exact alignment of 90 degrees? So they might have used something like a plumb bob. They might have used something like a plumb bob. They might have used elements, the basic elements of mathematics might have been used by the Harappans. And also they gave a lot of importance to health and hygiene, underground drainage system, health and hygiene. So from that we come to know that some plumb bob might have been used. You know what's a plumb bob? Plumb bob. If you if you take, I have shown you the picture when I did the Harappan civilization. So that is to get the wall exactly 90 degrees in a, in a straight line. So plumb bob. If you just Google and write plumb bob pick, you make a pick of plumb bob, you'll get that picture. Then you understand what's a plumb bob. So do you understand what a plumb bob? Hello, plumb bob was used by the Harappans to get 90-degree walls, exactly straight walls. So they might have used some uh, some uh, some knowledge of mathematics to get the alignment of their streets, also 90-degree angle streets. Now, astronomy made great progress in ancient India. Astronomy. What was the reason for that? Why did astronomy become very, very advanced in ancient India? First of all, planets were regarded as gods. So planets came to be regarded as gods by the ancient Indians. That is number one. Number two, a knowledge of astronomy was required to perform sacrifices. So Vedic religion was dependent on sacrifices, and to make those sacrifices. Generally, the sacrifices were performed in open air, so therefore it was necessary to study astronomy. Right, that was another reason. And third is, of course, we have deep sea navigation. So, India, ancient Indians used to travel extensively via the sea, so to other parts of the world, and therefore to have a knowledge of deep sea navigation, they began to study about astronomy. Okay, so they became familiar with other parts of the world, and also for agricultural activities, they had to study astronomy to see that rains, to know when the rain would come, so that they can time their agricultural operations accordingly. So because of all these reasons, they began to engage in astronomy or study astronomy. So because planets were considered as gods, that is number one. Number two is sacrifices were performed as part of the Vedic religion, and therefore it was necessary to have a knowledge of astronomy. Thirdly, for agricultural operations and also for deep sea navigation or trading purpose. Now, Hippalas discovered the monsoon sea winds. We have seen this during the Gupta period. So, in the post-Maurya period, around 46 AD, we have this Egyptian Greek sailor called Hippalas. So, he discovered the monsoon trade winds, that winds are blowing towards India in a particular season. And once this was discovered, a lot of ships began to come to India during the monsoon period to pick up spices and cotton textiles. Fahian, the first Chinese traveler to India, in his book, he mentions that ancient Indians used to engage in deep sea faring activities, deep sea navigation, and they should study the path. They should chart out their route by the studying of the stars in the night sky and by the movement of the sun in the day. So that's position of the stars in the night sky and in the daytime by the sun. So that's what he has told us. In the field of mathematics, Indians made, so this is about astronomy. We just now discussed about astronomy. So in the field of mathematics, Indians made remarkable progress in three areas. One is notation system, the other is decimal system and the use of zero. So notation system, decimal system and the use of zero. So notation system was known to the ancient Indians. It was borrowed by the Arabs from the Indians. Indian numerals were called in English Arabic numerals. So Indian numerals are called Arabic numerals in English, but the Arabs themselves called it as Hindsa. So Hindsa was the word used by the Arabs for Indian numerals, right? So here it was the Arabs who made Indian numerals popular throughout the world. Indian decimal system was actually developed by the Buddhists, and the Chinese learned it from the Buddhist monks. And it was the Arabs who made the decimal system of the Indians popular throughout the world. Similarly, zero was invented by the Indians. Aryabhatta is supposed to be the person who invented the numeral zero. Indians considered zero as a separate number or a numeral. And also we have algebra. Algebra also made great progress during the ancient times. It was the Arabs who again spread algebra in other parts of the world. Geometry, Apastamba, in his Apastamba Sutra gives us some basic knowledge about geometry, obtuse angle, right angle, etc. So this knowledge of geometry was used to make sacrifices, to devise the sacrificial altar. So to devise the sacrificial altar or the Yagna Kund, a knowledge of geometry was used. And that's where we have the origin of geometry. Now, Gupta period, we have a number of great scholars, mathematicians, astronomers, astrologers who came into existence. During the Gupta period, we have the great Nalanda University, which belongs to the Gupta period. Aryabhatta, Varahamihira, Brahmagupta. These were the great mathematicians, astronomers of ancient India. Aryabhatta was the one who gave the cause. He said that the Earth revolves around, it revolves around an axis and revolves around the sun as such. So he gave the heliocentric theory, that is, the sun is the center of the universe. Earlier, it was believed that the Earth is the center of the universe. So Aryabhatta spoke about the heliocentric theory. He calculated the circumference of the Earth, which is very near to the modern estimation. He gave the calculation of pi. Then also, he was the person who gave the true cause of solar and lunar eclipses. So Aryabhatta wrote Aryabhatyam and Surya Siddhanta. These are some of the books written by him. Then, of course, we have, so Brihat Samhita. So we have, of course, Varahamihira. Varahamihira, he separated astrology from astronomy. So he divided astronomy into three branches: astronomy, astrology, and horoscopy. So he writes these books: Brihat Samhita, Yoga Yatra, Samasa Samhita, Panchasiddhantika. So these are the books written by Varahamihira. And then Brahmagupta. Brahmagupta, he anticipated Newton by stating that it is the nature of the earth to attract and keep things to itself. So, in other words, he was speaking indirectly about gravitation. Sorry, he was talking about what do you call uh, yeah, he was talking about about gravitation as such, right? Then the greatest contribution of Indians in physics was the atomic theory. So atomic theory was given by Kapila, the author of the founder of the Sankhya system of philosophy, and also Kanada, the Vaisheshika, the person who founded the Vaisheshika theory. So they gave the theory, the atomic theory. That is, there is some particle in this universe, some very minute particle which cannot be further subdivided. So that is, they call it as anus. So atoms were called as anus by the uh, ancient Indians, right? Then, so of course, Brahmagupta spoke about you know um, gravitation, um, right? Then chemistry. Chemistry also made remarkable progress in ancient India. It was very similar to alchemy. So it was treated as alchemy as first, and then a knowledge of chemistry made great progress. How do we know this? We have Al-Biruni, who visited India in the 11th century along with Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Sorry, along with Mahmud Ghazni. So he accompanied the army of Mahmud Ghazni. This Al-Biruni. He writes a book called Kitabul Hind or Tehqiq-e-Hind. We have seen that. So he mentions two great chemists of India. One was Patanjali, and the other was, of course, Nagarjuna. So Patanjali and Nagarjuna. He mentions about Patanjali and Nagarjuna. So Patanjali was an authority on metals, Loha Shastra, and Nagarjuna was a contemporary of Kanishka. So Albinuri tells us that he was a great chemist himself, and he also mentions about various apparatuses, various apparatuses used in the labs. Like, for example, Dola Yantra. Albiruni talks about Dola Yantra, Svedani Yantra, Vidyadhara Yantra, Dupa Yantra, etc. And he calls chemistry as Rasayana. Rasayana is the one word he uses, Albiruni. Then we have also great progress in textile industry. So knowledge of chemistry was required to make dyes because India had a flourishing business in textiles. So these clothes were dyed with colors, and they have existed for such a long time. For example, if you look at the colors used in the paintings of Ajanta, even now they survive. So that talks highly about the development of chemistry in ancient India. So printed and dyed cloth was popular in the Western world. Similarly, metallurgy. We have great progress made in metallurgy. The best quality iron, the best quality copper belongs to the Gupta period. The Mehroli iron pillar at Delhi, even after more than 1,600 years old, it is more than 1,600 years old. And even now, we don't see a trace of rust on it. Similarly, the best quality copper was made by the Guptas. We have the Sultanganj Buddha, which is 7.5 feet tall. It was taken away to England by the British. It has been kept in the Birmingham Museum. So the best quality copper belongs to the Gupta period. Ancient Indians were also known to have developed steel. So steel was in great demand in the Western world. It was called woos. So woos. Woos was the word for steel in ancient India. Steel was supposed to have been developed by the ancient Indians, and steel swords were in demand. From West Asia to Europe, Indian steel swords were in demand. So, what was the technique used to make these steel swords? Steel swords. You have a steel rod. You see, there's a steel rod. Imagine there's a steel rod. This steel rod was bent like this. It was bent like this, okay, and hammered. So when you when you bend it like that and hammer it, it becomes like this. It is hammered like this. Again, it is bent like this. Again, that hammered steel is bent, and then again hammered flat like this. So this process goes on for hundreds of times. So you have layer and layer after steel, after which the steel sword was fabricated. So when you make a sword like that, which has layers and layers of steel, then it is supposed to be a much more stronger weapon than an ordinary steel, which is just made with one rod. So you have many layers of steel, which encompassed a steel sword as such. So swords were used in ancient India. Steel swords were exported to various parts of the world. Right. Then we have great progress made in medicine in ancient India. We have evidence of the Harappans having used Silajit. Silajit was used to cure liver diseases. Then Harappans gave a lot of importance to underground drainage system, health and cleanliness. Every house had a toilet, every house had a well. So that shows that ancient Indians gave a lot of importance to cleanliness, particularly the Harappans. We have the reference of a doctor. So in the Vedic literature, we have a reference to a doctor. So a person says that he wants one of his sons to become a doctor. So that we come to know that medicine had made great progress in ancient India. Shushruta, Charaka were the great physicians of ancient India. Charaka was a physician. He wrote Charaka Samhita, right? Charaka was the great physician of the period who wrote Charaka Samhita. It is considered to be an encyclopedia of Indian medicine. He talks about various types of fever, leprosy, hysteria, tuberculosis, etc. Shushruta was a surgeon. He wrote Shushruta Samhita. It talks about various methods of operating cataract, stone diseases. He mentions about 121 implements to be used in operations. So basically, Indian medicine relied on humoral pathology, that is the humoral pathology, that is air, bile, and phlegm. So, vata, kapha, pitta, as it is called, vata, kapha, pitta. So, air, bile, and phlegm. So, diseases ancient Indians believed are caused when there is uh, ups and downs in this air, bile, and phlegm. Otherwise, if it is maintained properly, then human beings, man doesn't get any disease as such. Then, of course, you also have ancient Indians advocating oral consumption of certain minerals, particularly mercury. Mercury was administered in small doses. Charaka, Sushruta, Nagabhatta recommended internal certain minerals and salts were supposed to be consumed. We also have the human anatomy studied deeply. We have Vakbhataradhya. Vakbhataradhya wrote Ashtanga Hridaya. It deals with medical, physical, and surgical importance of the 8 limbs in the human body. Then Fahiyan, who visited India during the Gupta period, tells us that rich people during the Gupta period would finance hospitals, rest houses, and hospitals, and many poor people who could not afford medicines, treatment would go visiting these houses where charity was dispensed, including medicines. And Patliputra had many charitable institutions, according to Fahiyan. Now, Greeks and Romans were also familiar with Indian medicine. One doctor from Iran came to study medicine in India, so we have evidence of that. But then, whatever knowledge ancient Indians uh, developed, whether in sciences, physics, whatever sciences, physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, medicine, etc., that could not be diffused into later times. It could not be diffused, it did not spread, or it was not inherited by the later generations. What is the reason for that? The main reason is that whatever knowledge was gained by the ancient Indians, they did not share it with their own people, let alone outsiders. Let alone outsiders. So it was lost for posterity. So it was lost for posterity, and it was basically the Buddhists who basically gave a lot of importance to medicine. But once Buddhism became weak, automatically medical knowledge also lost its progress in ancient India. Buddhism gave a lot of importance to ahimsa, and therefore medicine was mainly promoted by the Buddhists. Once Buddhism became weak, even medical knowledge also disappeared from this country. And Al-Biruni makes a mention of this. Al-Biruni, 11th century traveler to India who came along with Mahmud Ghazni, he tells us that Indians shut off their eyes and ears from the outside world. And they think that they have the knowledge of the entire world in their minds. They don't want to learn anything new from outsiders. And he says, unfortunately, the ancestors of the 11th century Indians were not like this. They were prepared to share their knowledge with outsiders, but the people of the 11th century India, particularly the educated classes, the Brahmins, they priestly classes, they kept their knowledge to themselves and did not share it with anybody. So once they died, the knowledge also died along with them. This is about ancient Indian science and technology. I doubt me. This is about ancient Indian science and technology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, medicine, etc. So this is the end of this chapter. That is progress of science and technology in ancient India. Just hold on. Science and technology in ancient India. So whatever, this is very short topic. Now, what about science and technology in medieval times? Understand this? science and technology in medieval India. So I will definitely give you a note on this. I will share some information with you. But meanwhile, till I do that, I wanted to pick up this book. I read this book. This is Medieval India. Take down the name of this book. Medieval India. Medieval India. The study of a civilization. The study of a civilization by Irfan Habib. By Irfan Habib. This is a 2000. Just hold on. This is an NBT publication book. NBT publication, that is National Book Trust publication. This edition is an old edition which I have. This is 2007 edition. I have the 2007 edition. Okay, so look here. This is the book. Okay, do you see this? This is the name of this is the book. See this? Medieval India, the study of a civilization by Irfan Habib. NBT publication, 2007 edition. Okay, are you there with me? All of you. Now, you see, with regard to development of science and technology in medieval India, this book beautifully covers it. So if I'm going to give you some points from this particular segment, that is science and technology in medieval India, it will be from this book. I will give you the points in some time. I will send it across to you by mail. But till then, you can pick up this book and read and make some points. For example, early medieval India, first chapter, early medieval India, 600 to 1200 AD. You have science and technology given in separate segments there. Then again, India under the sultanates, that is Delhi Sultanate. Again, what was the progress of science and technology in the Sultanate period? It's a separate chapter. Then Mughal India, what is the development of science and technology in Mughal India? That is another chapter. So this book beautifully covers early medieval India, science and technology, then science and technology in the Delhi Sultanate, and science and technology in the Mughal period. Did you understand? Can you raise your hands? If you can lift your hands, I'll be very grateful to you. So please pick up this book. It's available on Amazon. But then I will share science and technology handout with you in some time. I could not find the time to type the points. Okay, so you just read this book. That will be more than sufficient. This is about science and technology in ancient and medieval India. Modern India, you know, science and technology you study as part of modern India, so I don't need to tell you anything, right? So then we come to. So can we take a 20 minutes break and come? Yeah, definitely. I will send you before as soon as possible, Kennedy. So here, can we take a 20 minutes break and come back? So this is about science and technology. No, we went for a 10 minutes break earlier. 20 minutes is fine, Hemlata. I have some very few small topics to do. In 1 hour, I should finish it. In 1 to 1.5 hours, I should finish it by 6:30 maximum. I should finish it because I have education to do. That is not a big thing. It's not something like science and technology. Music is there. Dance, let me see. Dance, he must have put it. Okay, so 10 to 10 minutes. Dipesh says 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. Maximum 5:15. So we'll go for a break now and come back. Carry on. 10 to 15 minutes, I'm there. 15 minutes break. We'll go for a 15 minutes break.